You want a different life and you feel the pull right now for something else, something better. But then you look at your life and circumstances and it feels just crazy to believe that anything can really change because you've tried so much and you really do understand so much. And still there's that thought that says, why keep trying? Nothing really works. Today, I'm going to show you the one thing that absolutely has to change first when you are really ready for things to move. If you're new here, I'm Wanda Vitale, and this is the Reality Architects. It's a community of sensitives, empaths, quiet world changers who are creating lives in a world they love waking up to. This mess right now isn't proof that nothing is happening. The mess is a sign that a more fulfilling and more authentic life, a more abundant life, is ready to land. But the first thing that has to change is this. Your old patterns and what's familiar don't get to decide what's possible anymore. And I know that middle because for me, it was more like a fire walk. Your life may not have burned to the ground like mine did, but you do know that place in you where something is just done and you can't keep living the same way you have been living. And yet you either don't know what's next, have no idea what's next, or you kind of do, but you have no idea how it could even happen. This isn't just you wanting a nicer version of the same life. This is your soul moving you toward a life that's more authentic. And everything that you've learned to survive by staying small, careful, useful, quiet, or in control is going to feel this movement now. And it's not because your old life was better. It was familiar, and familiar has a strong and magnetic pull, even when you've outgrown it. And this is why the middle feels so messy. The mind wants to handle everything in the old way, but what is coming in is not your same old life with better furniture. And that's the place so many people are in right now. Something is over, something entirely new is ready to land, and that in between place stirs up all the old doubts and patterns. What happens in the middle? Well, our stories we tell ourselves. Oh, this will never change. Don't get your hopes up. What if? All your what ifs. And people start believing that they have to earn whatever comes in. I have to earn it. I have to deserve it. Have I done enough? Oh, I have to work harder. That will make things change. Or we have to fix our fear or heal ourselves as if we're broken, and we're not. And we think we have to get rid of the doubt or know the whole way or prove that somehow, okay, I'm ready now. We can experience real urgency in this middle part, but it doesn't work. Our minds want to plan and they want a sign, they want a permission that, yeah, I can move forward now. I can trust this. But this is where the middle gets exhausting. And many of you aren't just navigating circumstances. The circumstances are just showing you a story that's been in place, that's been holding you for years or even decades. And for sensitives, this story can feel very convincing because we feel it in the whole body. We don't just think, what if this doesn't work? We feel it deeply. But feeling it deeply doesn't mean it's telling the truth. The mess shows what's trying to take over and exactly what we need to purge. The mess is proof that something is moving, that everything is moving toward what you want, even if you don't know what that is yet, but something better. Our old patterns try to take over every time. Our old patterns ask for more certainty, more preparation, more proof, but Your old patterns would rather have familiar misery than unfamiliar freedom because familiar feels certain. They don't get to decide what's possible. Your job is to let possibility lead. So bring this back to today because our minds love to run 10 years in the future and put us on a hamster wheel before breakfast. You're in the middle now. Don't fight it. If you wake up with anxiety, it's coming up to leave. Stop making it mean anything else. The anxiety isn't the problem. The problem is when an old story grabs the anxiety and says, see, this is proof nothing is working. See, this means something bad is going to happen. That meaning is exactly what pulls you into your old life and prevents the new one, the better life from coming in. Your old patterns will kick in, so expect it. They'll tell you to panic, to prove, to force, to wait, to doubt yourself, or even give up, or that something, again, bad is going to happen. It's just what they do. I want you to do this. Acknowledge them. Don't ignore them. Acknowledge them. Listen to them. And then decide to feel gratitude for it all. Because if you really believe that your soul, who is you, is moving you toward what you want or something better than you can even imagine, then you'd stop bracing for disaster and start thanking the middle right now. You'd see it as, yay, this is movement. And you don't need to know what's happening, but it's good. And I have a question for you because so many of us grew up with waiting for the other shoe to drop. Well, what if this isn't the other shoe dropping? What if this is life rearranging itself for you? One of the things I always said when my life was in super flux, thank you. I don't know how this is working out, but I'm willing to believe it is. I'm willing to expect the best. I'm willing to be guided. And what changed for me personally during my fire walk? I stopped believing those old voices, really most of which weren't even mine. They were my parents, my ancestors. And I started listening to the quiet pull of what felt interesting. And the biggest thing is I let go of control, total control. I decided to walk my talk. I let myself experiment and fail. And you know what happened? The ideas came in, opportunities came in, money came in, a lot of money, quite unexpectedly, as did everything else because I got out of the way. Many of you right now are stepping into a life that you came here to live. I have the pleasure of meeting with many of you on these sessions, and you're here to share your wisdom, your authentic voice. So of course, when this is happening, this is your soul path. It's going to bring up everything in you that would rather not say yes. The fear, the what if. Others of you are preparing for that move into full authenticity. You're still information gathering. You're here to be a model for what stepping out of the tribe looks like. And that's a big thing. So again, the middle is where the fear comes up. Fear in its many forms and anxiety. So it's a good thing. This messy middle is the best thing ever when you're willing to be present with it and see it as proof of change and be willing to be guided and led. And this is the place where so many people need support because The middle is exactly where that old story feels the most convincing, and especially for sensitives, as I said, because we feel everything so deeply. If this is where you are and you feel the pull toward something different, but this middle feels messy and the old stories are pretty loud and your triggers, you're getting triggered, this is exactly what we work with inside the threshold. We work with old stories, those stirred up emotions, and that moment, that threshold, when you usually turn back or shrink or go into blame or give your power back to what is happening outside of you. It's that threshold, literally, when you choose rather than react. And in that moment, all those old stories lose control. The Threshold is a 5-week live group, not canned, not one size fits all. I keep them small so that everybody gets focus and attention really where they need it. So I'll drop the link for the wait list. I'll be opening that soon. And I'll also drop my No More Healing video below if you want to go deeper into the old roles and old patterns that keep running the show. And if the threshold is calling you, sign up for the wait list to get all the details. Thanks for listening, everyone. And if you haven't hit subscribe, I'd appreciate it if you would do that.